Cyprus cats, also known as Cypriot cats, St. Helen cats, and St. Nicholas cats, are a landrace of domestic cat found across the island of Cyprus. A standardized breed is being developed from them. Among cat fancier and breeder organizations, it is presently fully recognized by the World Cat Federation, with breeding regulated by the World Cat Congress under the name Aphrodite's Giant, and provisionally by the International Cat Association as the Aphrodite. All three organizations permit short-haired and semi-long-haired versions and no outcrossing to other breeds. The earliest known written record of cats on Cyprus refers to a story of St. Helen of Constantinople sending 2 boatloads of cats to a monastery on the island from Egypt or Palestine in the 4th century AD to deal with an infestation of snakes. Cats on Cyprus have been able to breed for centuries with comparatively little outside influence. This has resulted in a distinct, locally adapted variety of cat which appears to have developed as a feral population in the inner highlands, though is found throughout the island in modern times. While wild cats in association with humans on Cyprus date to at least 7500 BC, the earliest proven association of cats with humans, there is no known connection between those ancient tamed wild specimens and modern domesticated Cyprus cats, despite breeder claims to the contrary. History. A paper by J. Devine, et al. Concluded in 2004 that the discovery of Near Eastern wildcat, Felis sylvestris libica, remains in a 9,500-year-old grave in Cyprus, is the oldest example, to date, of the cat in close association with humans. Archaeologists led by Jean Gillen working at the Neolithic site of Shalara-Cambos uncovered carefully interred remains of the cat alongside human remains and decorative artifacts on an island separated from the mainland since before human habitation, thus indicating human introduction of cats to the area. Examination showed that a small pit or grave had been deliberately dug out and the body of the cat was placed in it, then rapidly covered. The cat skeleton predates Egyptian depictions of cats by 4,000 years or more. There is no evidence that modern cats of any variety are descended from ancient Cypriot wildcats. Nevertheless, both WCF and TICA have uncritically repeated breeder claims of such descent. Cyprus cats of today are more likely linked with the monastery named St. Nicholas of the Cats, Greek Agios Nikolaos Tungaton, superscript 3 superscript 1 is superscript 1 degrees I grave plus or minus a umlaut e acute 1/2 plus or minus a umlaut I circumflex 1/2, which was founded in the 4th century AD. It is located near Akrotiri. According to Byzantine legend, Helena of Constantinople, St. Helen, shipped hundreds of cats from Egypt or Palestine to Cyprus in 328 AD to control venomous snakes that had infested the area around the monastery, following a drought lasting 37 years. The monastery had 2 bells, one to call the cats to meals and the other to send them into the fields to hunt snakes. The population of cats at the site, today a nunnery, once dwindled, but is now revived thanks to care by the resident nuns. 5 The Nobel laureate Yorgos Zephyrus wrote of these cats in his poem The Cats of St. Nicholas. 6 The story being a legend, it is impossible to know for certain today if shiploads of cats were really sent to Cyprus in the 4th century, and cats have, of course, been arriving on the island, often as ships' cats, for many centuries. The World Cat Congress is of the opinion that Cyprus cats developed over time in mountainous inner Cyprus from various populations of cats around the island and became large and bushy-haired to cope with hunting comparatively large prey like rats, big lizards and snakes in cool, wet, mountain weather, though summers there are fairly hot, and DRY7. Both WCF and TICA note that the thickness of the coat in purebred Aphrodite cats descended from this population still varies seasonally. The other 2 organizations' breed summaries are generally consistent with this view. 8-9, though it is uncertain who first produced this account of their origin or on what basis. It is unclear whether Cyprus cats are closely related to the broader Aegean cat landrace of mainland and island Greece. Genetic testing to date, see below, has shown only that the Cyprus cats are distinct enough that a breed could be developed from them. Characteristics. Cyprus cats are somewhat thick-haired, from short-haired up to semi-long-haired in cat fanciers' jargon, and are an athletic and energetic variety. Feral populations are found throughout the island of Cyprus, from mountainous and cooler regions to the lower hotter areas near the coasts, including in the cities. As such, this cat is locally adapted to different climates' seasonal change. However, it may be more associated with the mountainous areas. Aphrodite breed development. Local breeders began in 2006 to attempt to establish a standardized breed from local feral cats. 9 In 2008, a World Cat Federation all breeds judge visited Cyprus to work at a cat show and was introduced to a breeder of purebred cats developed in this trial breeding program 9 from the Cyprus cats. Considering the cats distinct, he wrote a standard of points and named them Aphrodite Giant. The president and board members of WCF advised that these Aphrodite cats should be shown outside Cyprus to become better known within the cat fancy citation needed, but did not immediately accept the nascent breed. Subsequently, a group of interested people in Cyprus decided to form a club, which was named the Cyprus Cats National Breed Association, which applied for government approval and started functioning in late 2009. CYCNBA applied to affiliate to the World Cat Federation in April 2012. In addition, it was agreed that a letter be sent to a leading specialist in cat genetic citation needed Leslie Lyons of University of California, Davis, asking whether she would agree to DNA test a selection of Cyprus cats to see whether it was possible to genetically define them as a breed. The professor, who intended shortly to begin a further study of Turkish Van and Turkish Angora cats, whose ancestry has long been disputed, agreed to study samples submitted from Cyprus. A total of 248 cats were studied, including a number of random-bred Cyprus cats from the Malcolm Cat Sanctuary, for comparison. All cats were considered in one large analysis. The analysis partitioned the cats based solely on genetic variation, not by any other identification. L. Lyons 2 January 2012 This quote needs a citation. The January 2012 report concluded that Cyprus cats are a distinct population within the Mediterranean and that a breed from Cyprus could be developed. On 1 July 2012, the cat became a fully recognized breed of the World Cat Federation, originally as just the Aphrodite's giant longhair, though it is actually in the organization's semi-longhair Division 10 after the CYCNBA attended the WCF General Assembly in Gelsenkirchen, Germany, and applied for recognition of the cats in April 2012. Citation needed today. WCF also recognizes a short-haired variant. In September 2017, the International Cat Association, TICA, recognized the cats, under the name Aphrodite, as a preliminary new breed in its own breed group and with both short-haired and semi-long-haired varieties. Some TICA members have started breeding programs for the Aphrodite in Europe, Asia, and the United States. 9 In breeder terminology, this constitutes a natural or traditional breed 9, one developed from local stock to preserve its key characteristics, rather than created by breeders to have new features. Breed standards. The WCF standard calls for the Aphrodite's giant to be large, strong, and muscular but not cobby, and big-boned even as kittens. The cats may be short-haired or semi-long-haired and of any colors other than color pointer mink, which comes from the Burmese gene, nor with any white spots, if otherwise solid-colored. In bicolor, non-regular color setting is desired. The coat should be soft and woolly and is expected to be longer and with an undercoat in winter and always lacking any top coat except possibly on the back. In detail, WCF calls for muscular hips and shoulders, back legs slightly longer than front, a trait shared with another insular breed, the Manx, medium long, well-plumed tail, commensurate with body size, and visibly tapering in the short-haired version. A long triangular head with straight cheeks, long and straight muzzle, strong chin, rounded front of the face, slightly domed forehead and a very slight dip under the height of the eyes, wide-based, medium-large ears, forming an open V, rather than being straight upward, and olive-shaped, oblique-set eyes of any uniform color. Weight range is not specified. WCF has set no temperament or breeding rules for this breed and defers on breeding points instead to the World Cat Congress, WCC, which permits no outcrossing other than between the long-haired and short-haired varieties of the breed. Only WCC, a confederation of national and international cat federations, which does not itself issue breed standards, just breeding regulations, uses the term Aphrodite's giant shorthair for the latter. WCC asks, the judges disqualify smaller specimens of both to preserve the large bone nature of the breed. Under the TICA definition, Aphrodites may be short-haired or semi-long-haired and have any color and pattern, except they may not be color point or mink and should not have a locket spot on the chest. The coat should be soft and lush and may seasonally vary in undercoat density, not required. They are athletic, well-muscled, solid and of medium to large build, but must have a gentle, non-aggressive temperament. Fully adult male weight range is 15-18 pounds, 6.8-8.2 kilograms, female, 10-14 pounds, 4.5-6.4 kilograms, which is heavy for a female cat. On finer points, the TICA standard calls for hips and shoulders of the same width, back legs slightly longer than front, an overall long triangular, straight-cheeked head with a squared but not flattened muzzle and slight concavity between nose and brow leading to a slightly rounded forehead, wide-based wide-set and fairly large ears forming an open V. Oblique, olive-shaped eyes of any color, a full-width chin of normal depth, medium long, tapering tail consistent with the body and coat, and plumed in the long-haired version. Jowls are permitted in adult males. 94 No outcrossing to other cats is permitted, though the two varieties of Aphrodite are a single breed for TICA purposes. 4 WCF and TICA sharply conflict with each other on the cat speed of maturity, perhaps owing to different foundation stock for their breed variants. The WCF standard says that they develop quickly 8, while TICA says they are comparatively slow to mature, another trait shared with the Manx, taking 3 to 5 years to reach full size. TICA's overview of the breed describes them as affectionate and social, and in some ways dog-like in behavior toward their keepers. Officially, Cypriot cats do not exist yet. So far, because the Cyprus Philinological Society just 3 years ago initiated a project to breed 2 traditional Cypriot breeds. International felinologists have received an application, and now all feline lovers have to wait a few years for the specialists to raise Elena and Aphrodite. Local felinologists noticed 10 years ago that among the thousands of yard Cypriot cats, 2 phenotypes clearly stand out. Some are very large long-legged cats with triangular heads and pronounced eyes. Compared to a huge body of normal size, their head looks small. Another phenotype is smaller, but more harmonious, with cheeky muzzles. Both breeds can be short-haired or semi-long-haired. In cooperation with the Ministry of Agriculture and the Cyprus Orthodox Church, felinologists protect wild cats, select the best, largest, strongest, and healthiest in order to breed them with each other. Today, over 100 Cypriot cats and cats have found a new home in different families. The Philinological Society encourages people to participate in the creation of 2 new breeds. This is very easy to do. If you want a cat, contact the community, and you will be given a cute, healthy and vaccinated kitten for free. They will tell you how to take care of it, and, possibly, they will periodically cross it with a cat or a cat, which will be selected by experts. If you have a girl, society will take responsibility for the future of her kittens, which is usually the biggest problem for cat owners. In order for international cat judges to officially register a breed, 4 generations of cats must grow. Only the 4th, and if we count together with their great-great-grandfathers from the street, then even the 5th, can be called thoroughbred. So far, the first generation of domestic kittens is growing in Cyprus, born from yard cats, which felinologists have specially selected and crossed among themselves, based on the results of a DNA test, in order to get the best offspring. The thing is that Cypriot breeds mature quite late compared to others. You can start knitting local cats at 1.5 years, and they fully mature by 3 years. According to the main island felinologist, Cypriot cats are not lazy Persians for you. Firstly, they have an incredibly developed hunting instinct. They will instantly clear the house of all unwanted inhabitants. And, secondly, they are very sociable. They play with pleasure with the owners and children, easily walk into their arms, let themselves be stroked, and, like dogs, meet the owners at the door. By the way, apparently they really have a lot in common with dogs, because they easily get along with them. The ideal food for cats is dry. Of course, sometimes you can feed your pet a fish or give him some milk, but only as a dessert. In England, for example, there is an opinion that milk is strictly contraindicated for adult cats. A glass of milk for a cat is like 10 hamburgers for a person. Such a saying flaunts in almost every self-respecting English veterinary clinic. Cat price. Average $300 to $600.